So today we're going to tackle a really deep, kind of challenging idea that sits right at the heart of the spiritual journey. This comes from the work of Ali Hokarek, and it sets up this incredible debate between two powerful concepts. Do you have to destroy yourself to find God? Or do you just need to awaken the God that's already inside you? Okay, let's get into it.
All right, so let's start with the traditional path, an idea that for centuries, really, has been seen as the backbone of Sufi mysticism.
And this is the question that kicks the whole thing off. For so many, for so long, the answer was a simple yes. The whole spiritual journey was framed as this process of erasure, of becoming nothing to make room for everything.
Now, there's a word for this. It's called Fana. And the whole idea is that to get closer to the divine, you've got to dissolve your ego, you've got to erase your sense of self, and essentially annihilate your own identity. It's a path of subtraction, of taking things away.
And for hundreds of years, this was it. This was presented as the ultimate spiritual destination. Just melt away your individuality until only the divine is left. But what if that whole idea is fundamentally flawed? Because this is where a really powerful challenge comes into play, one that questions that entire way of thinking.
And boom! There it is, the counterpunch. It's such a striking question because it reframes the entire goal, right? I mean, think about it. If your own unique consciousness is the very thing, the vessel through which you experience the divine, what happens when you destroy that vessel?
And the argument here is so clear. The path isn't about becoming nothing. It's about remembering something absolutely vital. Your essence, your being. It isn't some barrier to God. It's the very place where God lives. To erase it, well, that's to silence that divine voice for good.
So if the path isn't about wiping yourself out, then what is it? Well, the alternative is a journey, not of erasure, but of this profound rediscovery.
And this path is called Dhikr. Now, this is not just about chanting or repetition, not at all. In this context, Dhikr is the active, conscious process of remembering the divine truth that you've somehow forgotten is already part of your very being.
And this is where the two ideas just become crystal clear when you see them side by side. On one side, you've got Fana. It's all about erasing, forgetting. It's a path into darkness that ends in a shared grave for you and God. But then you look at the other side, at Dhikr. It's about feeling, recalling. It's a resurrection that uncovers a light that was hiding there the whole time.
This isn't just some abstract philosophical debate. Not by a long shot. The idea of finding God within has historically been a very, very dangerous one. And this truth is perfectly embodied by the 10th century mystic Hallaj and Mansour.
So when Mansour declared al-Haq, you have to understand, he wasn't claiming, hey, I, this person, am God. No, he was performing the ultimate act of Dhikr. He was saying that he had finally remembered the divine essence at his very core. And for this profound act of remembrance, he was brutally executed. His words, though, they could not be buried.
All of this history, this intense drama, it provides the foundation for what is basically a new spiritual manifesto, a huge shift from a philosophy of nothingness to a powerful declaration of being.
And the poet Rumi, of course, has this fantastic metaphor to explain this. He draws this really sharp line between the outward appearance of a person and the inner substance, the essence that truly makes them real.
So what does Rumi mean by that? Well, someone can have a body, right? They can eat, they can speak, they can wear the clothes of a human. But if they're missing that inner substance, the feeling, the soul, that divine spark, they're not really there. They're just like a phantom, a dream image that's going to vanish, because true existence is that inner reality, not just the outer shell.
And this brings us right to the manifesto itself. The call is not to become oblivious, but to feel your existence fully. The goal isn't some metaphorical death of the self, but the remembrance of your true nature. Fana, that's the grave you dig for your own spirit. Dhikr, that is the resurrection from it.
So here's the crucial point, the real takeaway. The divine itself, it's indestructible. You can't destroy it. But what is fragile is our connection to it, our awareness of it. The spiritual path isn't about destroying a self that you think is separate from God. It's about reversing the act of forgetting that you were never separate to begin with.
And that really leaves us with a final, very personal question. If this whole journey is about remembering, not forgetting, then it forces us to look inward. It's not about what parts of yourself you need to erase. It's about what essential truth about yourself you need to recall. What have you forgotten?